Hi everybody, this is Dear Myrtle on Myrt's Journal, and we are in part 2 of our Japanese style or influence in a small journal that we're going to make. Now it's made out of 8.5 by 11 paper, and so the pages which we need to create next, this is the cover. Pages that we need to make for the middle part need to be less than that. So I have taken some of the tea-dyed paper that I made and clamped it together and cut it about, that's about 3/4 of an inch on each, on the side and on the bottom, so that these pages will then, when they're folded in half, and I've used those little things to keep them fairly straight. There's going to be some unevenness. Once this is inserted in our journal, this is a soft-sided journal, they won't stick out per se. All right. Now there's some interesting discussion going on among LoveJunk journals and Wendy's journal adventure and others as to whether or not you should clip your sewing thread. And I think I will sort of almost clip it. It's okay if it sticks up a little bit, just because I think it looks sharper. Gosh, that's such a pretty design. I don't know that I want to put anything on top of that. I do know this, that I'm a little bothered by these corners being so stiff and pointy, so I think I'm going to use this device I have that specifically cuts corners. It's a crocodile corner chomper from We Are Memory Keepers, and let's see which one is the smaller. This one is. So I'm going to use that just to soften those corners a bit. And notice that I have not yet decided if I'm going to use some ink to age things around the edge. I just know that's a kinder, gentler cover with the rounded edges. You could cut them by hand, certainly. And I want to point out, I wasn't exactly perfect on sewing around the edge. I went off the edge a little bit there. I think that that kind of mistake adds intrigue to this. And I will show you later how we're going to attach these. So that's how I get the pages for the inside portion. The next part's kind of fun, because we get to decide what do we want to put on various pages. Now I do have already some tags that have been made, but oh dear, they're going to be sticking out a little bit. The glassine bags I made are too tall. Let's see if the tag is. Well, will that look bad from the outside? Nope, it will be just fine. So I may use some of these nature-related tags that I've already made. And I'm going to cover up at least, on a 2-page spread, I will have the equivalent of 1 page free to do the journaling, to tell the story. This will be quite a story. Maybe in this one, I will explain, and I really need to make sticky notes about this, but I think I'll just do it on a slip of paper here. We're going to talk about Dad and Blanche's house on Overlake. I'm going to just write Overlake, because Dad and Blanche were kind of minimalists. This is to remind me what to write in this journal. And their design in the landscape was asymmetrical, which we see in Japanese style landscaping, and also it was mostly green on green tones. They did have various white, like calla lilies, and in the spring they had brilliant azaleas that had brilliant fuchsia color like this. And they were even able in that climate to grow an apple blossom, apple trees, and things along that line. So yes, some of the things I've used in the past, because they're nature oriented, that may be too dark for this, don't you think? So I may not use this. They will work. Oh, that one's too dark on that side, in my opinion. I may have to make some new tags for journaling. But there's nothing left to say but I'm Dear Myrtle, your friend in genealogy. Happy family tree climbing and journaling, everybody. That's a wrap.